He was the great inventor, and the fruits of his genius magically transformed the world. That is what one newspaper wrote about Thomas Edison on the day that he died. But the same can be said tonight about Steve Jobs, who died yesterday at the age of 56. Edison invented the phonograph. Jobs gave us 1,000 songs in our pockets with the iPod. Edison invented the motion picture camera. Jobs revolutionized movie making. Edison gave us electric lights. Jobs' computers, iPhones, and iPads lit up our lives. John Blackstone begins our coverage of Steve Jobs and his legacy.
Scott, here at Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, the flags are at half-staff. People are stopping to leave tributes. This place, Silicon Valley, was not just Steve Jobs' home. This is a place he helped to create, and a place that helped to create him. Steve Jobs grew up here, the adopted son of parents of modest means. In true Silicon Valley style, he started Apple Computer in the family garage with his buddy, Steve Wozniak.
How young and naive we were in thinking out our original ideas.
Wozniak was the engineer. Jobs was the one with the ideas, pushing to make a computer that would be easy, even fun to use. In 1981, long before most people had even touched a computer, Jobs somehow knew what it would take to make computers catch on.
It's not going to happen at once. It's just going to be very gradual and very human, and will seduce you into learning how to use it.
He knew what we wanted, and he knew what he wanted. Technology that did not need a manual. That made him a demanding boss, says longtime Silicon Valley observer Paul Saffo.
Like any visionary who is in a rush to change the world, he doesn't have a lot of time for, all the little niceties.
Jobs' impatient management style helped lead to his firing from Apple in 1985. But without Jobs, Apple drifted toward failure for a decade. When he was brought back, technology writer Molly Wood says Jobs insisted on total control.
He was able to exert an iron hand on Apple and say, I'm the guy in charge and you will do everything I say or we'll fail.
Back fully in charge, Jobs oversaw almost every detail of every product, famously sending back prototypes for flaws no one else could see. Jobs also demanded complete secrecy from everyone at Apple as new devices were developed.
Great products often come from very different ways of thinking, and if the whole world is around seeing it, you don't have a chance to even test it.
As he battled pancreatic cancer, Jobs kept pushing himself as hard as he pushed everyone else.
It was very clear that he was a man in a hurry to get a bunch of work done while he could.
He continued as the company's super salesman right up to his final appearance at an Apple event in June.
You like everything so far? Well, I'll try not to blow it.
The official address for Apple's headquarters here is number 1 Infinite Loop. This street is named after computer code that goes on. And it seems in the past couple of years, Steve Jobs was determined to position Apple as a company that could go on without him.
Thanks, John.